This is my 2003 Dodge Ram 2500 Hemi pickup. Anybody who owns one of these trucks from new probably experienced the same thing that I've been having a problem with, and that's the headlights on here. The headlights are designed initially with just enough light to help navigate your way into your garage, but that's about it. Out on the road, they sucked. So a lot of people went out and they bought the different types of halogen aftermarket lights, pretty much similar to what you see right here. And while they were a lot better than the stock, they sucked in their own right. Here's what I'm talking about. If you look at all of this crap in here, this is not stock. This is not original equipment style lighting. Now, if I had ordered it to be OE equipment, then it would have been exactly that. I would have been able to modify it and do what I needed to do. But unfortunately, with this, you can't. So once this goes bad, as it has for a number of reasons, it's also gone bad because of the terrible plastic and how it deteriorates over time. You can't just change the bulbs in here. You can change them, but the bulbs that came in these aftermarket they were halogens, which, like I said, they sucked. So you were either stuck having to change it and put the old sucky lights back in here, or try and modify it a little bit more. When I say modify it a little bit more, this is what I'm talking about. Aftermarket LED lights. Here's the problem though. When you buy these, they come with a design to fit your stock housing. However, because they get so hot, they generally have little fans in the back, which means they have to be wired from the side like this. And when they're wired from the side, it creates a problem when you try and mount it with the original equipment. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here. This is an aftermarket but original equipment style headlight replacement for that 2003 Dodge Ram. It comes with a kind of a loosening little screw here, and that's just a little piece of paper that you take out to keep it clean inside. This is how it comes together. The problem is with this, because the original equipment the lights that you put in it had the wire coming out of the back. You just pushed it straight in, lock it in place, and everything works hunky-dory. You cannot do that with this. As you see, the unit doesn't fit all the way inside because the wire gets in the way. And there's no way to squeeze that in there, pinch that wire in, and still get this in, turn it, lock it, and seal it like it's supposed to be done. Why they did this is beyond me. I mean, I know that they have the fan in the back, and they wanted to be able to make it convenient. But it's not convenient for me or for anybody that's got a car like this. So I had to figure out a way to make this fit in there, and I'll show you what I did. This is the housing that is the locking screw that you put over the light, as I just showed you, and you just turn it and it tightens up. And once you put it in place, this is what it's supposed to look like. It fits right inside there. But the only way I was able to do this was to go out and grab my trusty Dremel, as you see here, and I had to grind out an opening in here. I'll just take this out and show you what I'm talking about. You can see the opening right there. I had to cut that in there to accommodate the wire. But when you do that, you have to make sure that you cut it in the proper proper angle, because this LED has to be facing, as you see, there's one in the front and one in the back. That must be facing the 3 and the 9 o'clock position, and the one in the front should be forward, as opposed to, if you put it in this way, the one on the top, I mean, being forward, this one is showing it back and backwards. So you always have to have it so it's forward on both sides, and then it goes in, and then you just make sure that, like I said, you make sure you cut it in the proper area on the right side here, in the little hole, and so that when you put it in and crank it down, it'll lock in so that it is straight down on the bottom, as you see right there. That way you know that the angle on the LED in there is flat like this, which is showing left and right, 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock on the LED. The last thing to be concerned with, of course, is since it's sealed inside there, if you look in here, you see there's an opening right down in there, and that's facing down in the car. That's right now the light is upside down. Moisture can get inside there. So what you'll have to do, and I'm going to do it after I hang up from you guys, is I'm going to put a little spot of silicone in there and seal that up properly so that it works and it keeps it moisture dry. That's the only way to do this. Now, I could have spent an awful lot of time showing you how to take this light out and how all the screws and the bolts and what pain in the ass it is to do it. But I don't want to do that. I mean, because you can go online and you can find about 25 different videos on how to change the lights, the front lights on the 2003 Dodge Rams. But I just mainly wanted to show you, if you were to go online and buy one of these LEDs or one of these high-powered LEDs, which is designed, again, let me make sure I make that clear. This one for this car is designed for, as you can see right there, it says 9007 HP5. That's what's required for this particular light. However, like I said, you'll have to modify it. Even though this is considered OE equipment, you'll have to modify it to make it fit. But you can go online and you can find these things. Everybody's selling them. As you can see, they all have them. Everybody's got them here, and they're you have to make sure that you get the right one. Like that says the 9007 HP5, but some of the other ones, that's only because I Google it as 9007 HP5. So you have to make sure that you order the right one. And even though the problem here is, as you can see, they weren't showing any wiring on it, and I was assuming the wire is down on the bottom and they just have it twisted underneath. I don't know why I thought so, but of course when it came, then I realized there's a wire coming out of the side and I have to modify it, but they don't show any wiring on here at all. So it wasn't misleading. It just, well, I just wasn't paying that close attention. So anyway, I think that hopefully will be a workaround for any of you that have that same type of a situation, the same problem I had. And lastly, of course, when you buy these original equipment headlight replacements, they don't come with bulbs at all because they know everybody now is going out and they're buying their own high-intensity LEDs. But remember, you have to also replace the side marker, which is this little one here, and that's going to be the signal light and the running lights. I think it's a 4157 or 3157. You have to look online. You can figure that one out yourselves. So now I'm going to go outside and I'm going to try to make the other light, which is this one here. I have to modify that to fit and have it look like this by cutting a little groove in it. It doesn't take much to do it. So hopefully that helps some of you guys out. If so, great. Anyway, enjoy your day. Bye.